Okay, so I have people all the time come up to me and tell me that they have big ideas or a business idea or a thought about something, taking a step, leaving a career, starting a business, something like that. And they have these thoughts, these ideas, these dreams even, but they just don't know the first step to take. And a lot of times when we're talking about, well, what do you think are the things that are holding you back? A lot of times what I find is what I believe to be a common issue for everyone is you get so caught up in all the steps that exist out there that are a part of starting something, and it creates overwhelm or confusion because you just don't know what to do first. Um, and so what I always tell people is a little bit different than what I think a lot of people think you should do as a first step to creating a starting a business, or starting a new project, or just taking any kind of idea out of your head and bringing it into reality. And so my goal is to help people take ideas, their big dreams, take them from concept to implementation, from concept to really reality. Because I feel like too many people in this world get caught up in the details, get overwhelmed, and never let their ideas become real. They never introduce their genius to the world. And I think that's a shame, because I feel like it's no coincidence that we are given ideas for things. I don't think it's any coincidence that God puts ideas in our head. I feel like there's a purpose for that. And it's a purpose for us to be able to serve others and not only give an opportunity to change our lives, but change the lives of other people with these big ideas. And so that's why I love business. That's why I'm so passionate about business, is because I love finding gaps and creating solutions. And so what I want to do is I want to help people. And so we're going to do a multi-part series. I'm going to post a video a week here on YouTube and share it on social as well, that will walk you step by step through every step you need to take an idea and take it from concept to implementation, to bring your idea to life. As we go through this step, I'm gonna tell you all the steps that you need to take that will give you everything that you need for you to create a full on foundation functional business plan that you could that you would have and be able to present to any investor, to any bank, to anybody, that will be able to help you take your idea and make it a reality. And so right now we're at seven parts. So we're 7 weeks in right now, baby. But I don't know. It may be more. We'll see how it goes. So anyway, this is what we're doing. This is what I want to do. So today we're talking about step 1, how to take the first step to creating your business idea, or bringing your dream to reality. So the first thing that I tell anybody when they say, "Hey, I got an idea. I got something that I want to do. It's a cool business idea, or it's a cool project or something like that. But I just don't know the first step to take." I always tell them the first step you need to take is to get it out of your head, get it on paper. And so there's a simple way to do this. But what this does is this begins the process of creating the momentum you need to take something and make it real. So step number 1, simple. You identify the problem, you identify the solution, and you identify the impact. So this is basic conceptual ways of taking something and again, like I said, taking it out of your head, getting it on paper, but beginning the process of making your idea a reality. This is how I start everything. And it's simple, but this is how I've started businesses. This is how I've helped other people start businesses. This is how I've helped organizations take projects from concept to implementation. This is how I've raised millions of dollars for charity and private, even for my own company. This is how I started. So trust me on this. I know it sounds simple, but we like to complicate things. It's not about starting an LLC right now. It's not about getting your company agreement. It's not trying to figure out if you're an S Corp. It's not trying to figure out what CPA or attorney to hire right now. You're not there yet. We'll get there. This is step one. So hear me out. Step one, problem, solution, impact. Take it out of your head and get it on paper. So if you're going to follow along with this, this is your homework. This is your task. Take this and get it out of your head and put it on paper. Problem, solution, impact. So let's talk about that. What is a problem? How do we build out a problem to be solved? So there's 3 parts to that. Number 1, understand the problem's context, articulate the pain point, and then show the stakes. Okay? Understand the context, articulate the pain point, show the stakes. Okay? Simple enough. So understanding the context, we have to clearly identify the issue, the root cause, or the implication of the problem. And so with that, we usually don't just have ideas pop up into our heads. We have ideas pop up into our heads because of things we see or things that we experience or because of what people tell us or what we see on the news or what we read, what we see in data. We don't, ideas are generated from our experience, our sight, from the things that we take in and digest. And so we have to identify what is that? What verifies that root cause? What is the true context of the problem? So what is the big gap? What are the causes of this problem? Is it a gap in an industry, or is it because in your job you see your customers constantly complaining about this one thing, or you yourself have experienced something time after time after time where you've thought, man, it'd be really cool if something like this existed in the world. So I understand the problem's context. Then articulating the pain point. So why does it hurt? So you understand there's a problem. You can define the context of the problem, but why does it hurt? What pain does it cause? Is there a gap? Am I missing out on something? Can my life be easier? Could something be way cheaper? Could customers be happier? Could there be a need met in a community? Whatever it is, you have to define the specific challenges that the individuals or the groups are facing as this problem exists, and then show the stakes. Explain what happened if the problem goes unaddressed. So if you don't take action on this and you don't present this to the world and let it happen, what's going to happen? If this problem continues, are people going to continue paying more money than they need to be paying for something? Or is something going to be harder than it needs to be? Is there going to be a gap that continues to remain? Or is there going to be issues in communities, that could be overcome if you could overcome this problem? So building out the problem to be solved, that's step number 1. So understanding the context of the problem, articulating the pain point, and then showing the stakes. Now that leads to the second part, problem, solution, impact. So second part, solution. So developing the solution to the problem. First step of that is designing the actionable solution, presenting and proposing what is the clear, innovative, and feasible way to address the problem, right? What's the solution to the problem? Is it a product? Is it a service? Is it an action? What is it? So the solution, it would directly tackle the pain points that you identified in the problem that's creating these real world constraints. Second part of developing the solution to the problem is demonstrating the unique value. So differentiate your solution from existing alternatives. So with that, define why is it unique? Is it because nobody's ever invented this before? You've heard the quote that no idea is a new idea, which is, there's some truth to it, but I think we all have uniqueness though in the way we approach things. Or if you're starting a business that already exists in an industry, but you think that your pain point is that you can do it better, why? And so with that, how does that make what's your unique value proposition? What's going to differentiate you from others? What can you tell your potential customers or investors or the bank why your product or your business should be chosen over all the others? So demonstrate the unique value and then validate the approach. So this is backing the solution with evidence. And so now as you go out and you develop your ideas and you begin implementing the ideas, you're going to really do this in detail. But right now, in a high level overview, think about what could validate the approach. What are ways that that your product is worthwhile? Would that be that people experience an easier life, more convenience, less cost? What would you use to validate that approach? And so, developing the solution, design the actionable solution, demonstrate the unique value, and validate the approach. That leads to the last and final impact: problem, solution, impact. Okay, so 3 parts to the impact is defining what the metrics are that measure success, illustrating the transformative potential, and then connecting the bigger picture. So, define the success metrics. Show how the solution will bring a measurable or meaningful change. You don't have to come up with specific numbers right now. We're still high level right now. Just like with validating the approach, we're not trying to run a beta test right now. We're trying to determine what tools or ways could we validate. In here, how can we define success? How would you define success? Would it be cost saving, improved quality of life, efficiency gains, solutions to community problems, enhanced sustainability? What could that be? And then illustrating the transformative potential. So explaining how the solution will ripple out and create a broader systematic impact. So this could involve solving secondary issues or fostering innovation or inspiring other improvements. And so really illustrate what is the transformative power of your idea, and then that connects to the bigger picture. Frame out the solution as part of a larger narrative. So how does it contribute to social good or economic growth or global challenges, or larger industry issues? So really try to think about what is the true impact, what is the impact you're bringing and creating in the lives of the people that this product or this idea or special project will serve, and what makes it important. So with that's 3 parts that you can do, that you can put together to start, like I said, creating momentum to building out your special project, your big idea, your business idea, and get yourself started. This is the first step. It's simple, right? There's not a whole lot to it. It's high level, but trust me, I've done this step before, and I have been able to raise money just by doing this step before, without doing everything else, just by sharing the concept. I've been in situations where I've quickly been able to get support, and you can do it too. And so, but this is the first step. This is the first step of then defining and doing more investigation into the market, building out your team, doing all the other things that we'll go through over the next 7 weeks or 8 weeks or however long this takes. But this is the first step that will also give you something that you could then show to other people and begin validating your idea and begin, even getting support for your idea. So problem, solution, impact. So problem, understanding the context, articulating the pain points, and showing the stakes. Solution, designing the actionable solution, demonstrating its unique value and validating the approach, and then how the solution creates impact. Impact, defining the metrics, illustrating the transformative power and potential, and then connecting to the big picture. That's step 1. That's what you need to do. And so I encourage you, if you have a big idea, if you have a business idea or something in your head that you want to get out and you want to begin the process of creating momentum towards taking action, I encourage you over the next week, watch this video again, go through. I'm going to put a link to a document that just lays out these 3 steps in order, and start building out. Start taking it out of your head and putting it on paper. So a few quick tips on that though. While you're doing this, it's progress, not perfection. This does not have to be perfect. It's not going to be perfect right now. Just take action. Take a step, get it out of your head, and put it on paper. Progress. It doesn't need to be perfect, but you need to start hashing this out. And what this will do as this will lead into the next step that we're going to cover next week. So come back next week, same day, and we'll talk about step 2. In the meantime, write out your problem, solution, and impact, and let's start taking action and make your ideas, your dreams become a reality.